they're all having their afternoon break, having some food, which is fair enough. You probably don't have enough clay, if I'm honest. But they didn't finish digging yet, so let's just take one of the workers off from building. And let's make that just a hole in mine. Because at least then we can get some clay in there, and then the potter can go on and do his stuff as well. Daily update. Now this is just where you would get new people. If you meet these requirements, you can accept a new person into your house, into your town. Immigration report. Day 2 of Deep Run. Town morale's quite happy. Kaya Rib has joined Twitch. Ladida Town. Can you even get over to me? I don't think you can. No, it doesn't seem like you can. Let's get you over the hill because I honestly like that. Bang. And then down there. We do have a door already and some wall clay lamps. Coins everywhere. Get them out of the way. And now your boy can get to our banner, and he's gonna harvest our sugar bell. We should probably try to maintain only 1 or 2 routes up to the elevation that we're building, because that way we can make a nicely defensible position. So is carpentry and pottery reverse in these people? Oh, pottery and masonry is reversed. So carpentry is still tier 1 thing, but in the forest people, the masonry is the one that you advance to first, and then you get pottery up here. Also, we should have as well. Is an extra job in here, which is a miner. This is not a default thing, and we won't be able to use that for a while. It just makes a better miner for all intents and purposes. The only downside about the miners is they do a lot of things a lot better, but they can't build anymore. They can just mine and haul and all that good stuff. So you'll still need workers, because I was looking at this at the start being like, wow, I should just make all my workers miners then, because they'll just walk faster, be able to carry more stuff and all that. And it's true, they do carry more stuff and they walk faster, but they won't be able to make me any buildings, which I do want. Monkey keep you, friend. It's always a pleasure to see a party make it to the designated trade point. As per your contract, we'll be back with the whole store tomorrow. In the meantime, here are some starting supplies the company provides for a new outpost. Pumpkin basket, prickly pear basket, and 2 clay oil lamps. Thanks a lot. I mean, the clay oil lamps are like, alright, but, you know. Food is where it's at. So, what else is in the pottery, mate? So you can't make a shield then, or a weapon. So how are we gonna defend ourselves? I guess you do still definitely need a carpenter, but... I wonder. For now I'm just gonna enjoy this though. It's getting nice and underway. Those 2 stairways have been built, so let's get rid of these 2. Just let it go. So what else still needs to be built? Like how much stuff? Not much. Yeah, no, we should have enough. And there's some more clay being dug as well, so they can continue building on this. Who knew that in the desert existed so much clay, honestly? Maybe we can dig up away from up, like, dig this upwards and have like a staircase, and then everything has to flow through this corridor. That sounds cool to me. But for now, we'll keep it like this. Harvesting is going fine. We seem to be getting enough food in, which means that we'll probably be able to accept another boy in tomorrow, which is great news. I kind of also want to just set up another building immediately next to it, just another dormitory. Let's put it 3 apart if possible. Oh, I don't seem to be able to place it closer than 5 apart. Fucking hell. Well, I'll make do. Probably have like a little road in there. Let's make it of stone. Shuttle grey. Oh no, that doesn't need to be a part of this, so let's get rid of that. And build. Pause this. Stone. Shuttle grey. Two apart. Where's the door in this mess? Because I can't see anything. Let's just hold off on that. Let's just make this. And they'll dig that out themselves. I don't know what they're doing at the moment. I don't know where they are. Oh, they're just sleeping in there. Well, one of them is. Where's the other two? They're sleeping in there. There's one sleeping in there. And there's the other two. Okay, yeah. We got everyone. Well, your boy Hearthlings needs to sleep as well, I suppose. So, I'll just get down to, like I said before, that people are complaining a lot about this game, and I kind of see their frustration to a point, but there's also a lot of things that are just like, there's a bug. It's to be expected in an alpha build, and even though it's been 5 years and it's still an alpha, I mean, they're working on it, so calm your horses. A lot of games are in development for a lot longer than this, and this is already in a fairly decent place, if I do say so myself. Fairly happy with where most things are. I'm imagining a lot of content is going to get added eventually. It's just good stuff all around, really. I wonder if they'll ever make a map biome a default biome, not a modded one, where it's just like, it's a mix of different areas. You don't just have a desert or a forest. You just have a mixture of things. Because I've never really used the reroll map tool before. And at the moment, our map is quite big. And this is not even as big as it normally would have been. This is a downsized one with a mod. Next time where we go into the main menu, I'll probably end up showing off the mods that I'm using for this current save. Alright, that guy is doing his work, getting that road in there. I wonder how much clay we'll still need. I don't think there's much more clay to go around in here. Let's make another one of these cubby holes. Go another 12 by 12. Stuff is being placed down. I think that's supposed to be windows up there. Let's see inside. So everything is at the moment being placed. That means that the building itself is finished. Just the furnishing needs to be finished now. This is slightly more framey than I'm used to, but I'm gonna write that off to the recording because now it's like smooth as baby's butt again. Oh, the food is coming in nice and steadily, very nice. So let's scroll through the buildings because you don't have that, like you have about as many buildings, I suppose. So you have a little clay house, a clay house for two, clay dormitory, dining hall, which I'm assuming is just the same thing as the dining hall for this one. And a pottery studio instead of one would be up here, would be the carpenter's house. What does the pottery studio look like? Oh, that looks neat. I like that. I don't know what that basket is. I suppose that's just a take in for clay. Oh, so this has almost fit. This in here. Well, let's resume this because they'll be almost finished with the other one, and the people that are not working on it can start working on the next one. You're going to bring in something else. I forgot. Didn't I turn off someone's order to build? Let's have you also do that. Because there's enough builders. 3 builders is more than enough. We need some other people to mine and haul. Because I think this is a hauling order. The sun sets... the sun rises in the desert. It's been a cold night. Fairly sure. Is that a sugar bell? Not ripe yet for harvest. So it is these. They're just harvestable for healing herbs. I was right. And these are also healing herbs. That's fiber. And I don't know. These are food. So that's just berry bushes, I suppose. Alright, so the clay dormitory is done. Let's assign some people to live in these houses because they do not like sleeping in shed beds. And let's also inspect the new person. A 665, my god. My boy, you are a combat person. No doubt in my mind. You're probably going to be a knight, I'd say. It's a little bit of a shame of all your mind, but, you know. It's going to be great for you. Character sheet. Knight. Bob. Let's get his name. Cook. Lily. Weaver. What's your name? Weaver Regina. Potter William. Archer Sarah. Archer Sarah. Mason Josh. So have nice and bland names and have the job description because that makes it easier for me to identify what they're supposed to be, because I did notice myself getting lost in earlier games with like, oh, I don't know what this person's gonna be. Oh. I'll just give him this job and then I'll regret it afterwards when I realize, oh, that was the job you were gonna give. Oh, we can buy some clay and we got some extra gold. I suppose we could sell some of our excess food, honestly. Prickly pears. Here's some carrots. Let's sell those carrots. We'll have some money and we'll buy some more clay because we need a lot of clay to get where we want to be. And you have joined us and you seem to have cool glasses and you're a 5'2". You're gonna be a farmer. I'm sorry to say, your spirit is not good enough. I wish I could make you a warrior because courageous is nice for that. Oh, well, you're gonna... Well, you are definitely gonna be a farmer. There's no doubt in my mind. It's a shame that you're also a light featherweight, because that means that you run faster normally, but if you're carrying something, you run a lot slower. Farmer Garrett. I didn't press enter. Maybe just Farmer Gary. Farmer Gary. There we go. Got some claim there. This boy has now got his work cut out for him because he can just craft for days. I don't know what this guy is doing. He's just chilling. Mason Josh doesn't know what the hell to do. What are you meant to do? Mason Josh. Well, you're not Mason yet, so you should be able to do everything. Why are you not mining? Friend? Oh. Actually, I think I want to have the pottery studio over here somewhere. There's some gold over there. That's really useful. What's that? What's that? That's tin. Right. There's some more tin over there and some gold over there. And this man seems to have some iron. And some more iron. Not much else though. That's fine. I can live with that. It's gonna be a while before we're gonna be using that anyway. That one is nice, getting more clay and some other stuff, some stone. I should actually use the floor tool, copy this color, and do something like that. And we'll probably want to have the potter studio somewhere along there. The other one, this is already 3 separated, so we could just do something like that. Right, so you can get some more rope, because they'll move quicker on rope, which makes building quicker. What are you doing? You seem to be stuck. Let's reset your position. You don't seem to be able to help yourself from there either. Can you not help yourself from anywhere? What? There is oh, there's a stairway over there. You could get down there. Yeah. There you go. So that's something that you're going to probably see a whole lot of. People do seem to get themselves stuck while building certain buildings if they're trying to talk to someone or something else along those lines. It's just a thing that happens, and at the moment, that's not a game-breaking bug in my opinion. It's just you need to know how to fix it. Most of the time, they do stop trying after a while because they'll just fall asleep or they'll just want some food or something. But, yeah. At the moment, it's not flawless. And I never wanted to claim that it is because it isn't flawless. There's a lot of bugs in this game as of yet still. Just deal with it. That's my opinion on the whole situation, honestly. People that complain are just people that are not willing to wait for this game to get into a finished state. And I can kind of see why they wouldn't be, but at the same time, why complain about something that isn't ready? Complain about something that is ready and is not living up to expectations. This is not ready and is not living up to expectations. Well, it's not ready. So there you go. And those are not my opinions, by the way. I don't mind that this game is unfinished, but that's probably because I haven't been waiting for it for 5 years. And that is a nice point where I stand, but it doesn't really work for everyone. I kind of understand people's frustration, but I'm like, if you really don't like that it's still not finished, then what are you going to do about it? You know? People that complain people that are unhappy with the fact that it's still not finished, I can respect. As long as they don't start clicking bug support forums with that shit, because then you're complaining about the game not being finished, slowing down the process of it getting finished. Invaders are approaching, a couple of rocklings. Now, I did notice I can't really assign any warrior. We need a training sword. Oh, let's see, Night Bob. Yeah, we need a carpenter. Well, in that case, let's just ring the town bell. People will get to the flag and they'll start fighting properly. For the start, this should be really fine. But that does mean that we should work towards getting a blacksmith pretty soon and getting a carpenter's tool pretty soon. People are slightly damaged. That's it. Alright, go back to work, boys. Oh, they're all hungry. Hopefully when these trees are adult, that's going to be good. Should probably have planted them over here because I'm not planning to build there anytime soon. Well, that's down on the... It's not upstairs. So other people are a little bit damaged, so that's not too bad. Should probably set these on auto harvest. And the pear bushes as well. Should be working on that building still. Did I pause it? I might have. What's the problem? What can you not get to? Because this should be fine. Just maybe enable other people to rebuild this again and do some stuff. I suppose they do still have to build that road as well. These people are just gonna rest for a little while by the fire, which is fine. I can live with that. Damn, I really like the desert music a lot. It's nice to listen to. Although I am starting to suspect that maybe they're idle because of a current AI bug, which does happen. But you're still working, so why are the others not working? Let's just speed up time quickly, see if they start to do something at some point. Because they should. I was just going to sit by the fire as well. Weaver Regina is still quite happily doing what she wants to. And now she's also joining in the fire. You know what? I don't think that that is normal behavior. Let's override this save. And the way you fix this is by loading that game. It resets their orders and their queues and stuff. It's a shame because I did think that I read that they supposedly fixed that issue where they all just go idle around the campfire. But apparently not. It's still a thing, at least for the desert people. I don't know about the forest people. It still happens with them as well, I suppose, but not as much as once was the case. It now just seems to be properly freezing, yeah. Alright, so we are going to go to the main menu. And we're going to be able to see the mods that I was talking about. I'll just describe them as we look through them. We're also going to be playing some Terraria later on today. Shut my phone up because it is big, and if it's fucking Emga, I'm literally going to Snapchat. I don't know these people and I really don't care about them, Snapchat. Alright, mods. Alright, so there's a lot of mods that I've disabled. These are my own mods. There's just some templates that I made, but I don't think I'll be using them, at least not anytime soon. Auto harvest is the button you saw. On white plants you can just turn on auto harvest, which means they'll be harvested as soon as they mature again, because otherwise you'd have to manually do that. All these mods, I do like the Box of Fox idea, by the way. I do maybe want to do a playthrough of that on YouTube or something. Maybe on the stream as well, I'm not quite sure. It's really interesting to me. Footman Power Strike rebalance, because I did notice that a Footman at a certain level starts to use Power Strike and it takes a lot of time to use and doesn't do that much damage. They could just as easily be slapping and do more damage at the end of it. Footman Power Strike rebalancing means that the Power Strike has a longer cooldown, but it also does a whole lot more damage to make it balance out that when they use it, it's not a waste of time. Important mood means that when they're happy, they get better buffs, and when they're unhappy, they get worse buffs. It just makes me give myself a better incentive to keep my boys happy, because they'll just be better. Locks of many hair, no colors, is just a mod that adds a lot of different hairstyles, but not extra color variety. That's locks of many hair. I do like locks of many hair with colors as well, but I don't want to have people with green hair all the time, or pink or purple. It's fine. I do like it in real life as well, but just for the sake of making it a little bit more identifiable what they are, no color extras, just normal hairs. Minor profession, we did cover that briefly, and the world map size we also covered briefly. We got a slightly smaller world size. Let's see. Right, let's continue Ladida Town. It is worth mentioning that I did read in a couple of different releases that the desert people have a lot more bugs associated with them, but I don't know if that's still the case. Maybe, probably, but I don't mind it enough. I don't mind having to restart occasionally or having to reload bug because I've been a bug tester for a job for a while. It's kind of fun. Support work and bug support and stuff like that. That's pretty nice. Immediately they all start popping off to work. So yeah, it was clearly that was the camp idling buff then. Bug even, not buff. Right, what tools do we have? Because do we have a mason? Mason Josh, can you become a mason yet? You cannot. What do we still need? We need a level 2 potter to make that. We do have a herbalist thing. We don't have a cleric assigned yet, I don't think. Which would be a high body, high spirit person as well. You're gonna be a weaver, but you don't need 4 spirit to be a weaver. You could just as easily be a cleric, honestly. And you're gonna be an archer regardless, but maybe. We don't have to assign everyone a job as well. We could just assign them to be a worker. They immediately do it again. Why? I don't quite understand. I'm just gonna skip through the night, and if they don't start doing something by morning when the campfire goes out, I'm gonna be pretty annoyed. You're still doing stuff for now. And you're gonna go to bed. Why is this building not getting finished? Make a ladder up there. Maybe they go finish it that way. Oh, what was that? Oh, that enables some of them to do something. Young but hearty. Alright, let's get these out of the way because we kind of want to build here.